Welcome back, students. Today we are going to discuss previous year questions related to tissue system in flowering plant.
The images used in these slides are for education purpose only. We respect intellectual property right of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this PPT or have any concern, any issue, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the image.
So let's discuss question number 1. Which of the following has a nucleated cell? Which of the following has a nucleated cell? Sieve tube element, xylem parenchyma, companion cell, phloem parenchyma. Just take 5-second time that we will discuss the answer. So, a nucleated cell, as you know, in phloems, sieve tube elements are mainly responsible for the transportation of food, right? So, this sieve tube element is not having nucleus. What is the other kind of cell which supports its metabolic activity? That is companion cell. So companion cell is having nucleus, and xylem and phloem also, obviously they are having nucleus. So sieve tube element has its unique property. These are anucleated cells. These are not having nucleus, and it's all the activity, all the metabolic activity is regulated by this companion cell. Okay, so correct answer is choice number 1. Next question, complete cambium ring. Complete cambium ring after becoming active cut off into both xylem and phloem towards outside, both xylem and phloem towards inside, xylem towards inside, phloem towards outside, xylem towards outside and phloem towards inside. Complete cambium ring. Separate out xylem and phloem, obviously, but they want to know the position or location of xylem and phloem. Okay, and it's a very important question. Quickly give, just take 5-second time, then we will discuss the correct answer. As you know, if this is a plant, movement of, and if this is the, for example, xylem, and xylem is responsible for the movement of water and minerals from root to other parts of the body or plants, and these are the phloem which are present on the outer side, and the movement of food or nutrition occur in both the direction, means upward and downward, both the direction, and all the direction where nutrition is required. So xylem is always present inside the cell type, and phloem is present on the outside. Xylem is present inside and phloem is present on the outside. Grid experiment also showed this, right? So xylem towards, if complete cambium ring is formed, right? Xylem towards inside, as these are present inside, and phloem towards the outside. So choice number 3 would be the correct answer. Next, the grid experiments come. The bark of a grilled tree, cutted tree, if we cut that particular outer skin of the plant, so bark of the girded tree may become swollen after few weeks. Why? Because water will not move upward, water will not move downward, sugar and other organic material will not move downward, sugar and other organic material will not move upward. So this is the third question. Just now we have discussed this, as phloem is present on the outside, right? So if we cut the outer, phloem is present on the outside, right? And xylem is present in the inside. If we cut the outer covering, means this covering, if we cut this covering, right, then what will happen? As xylem is present in the inside, So water can move from the root to other parts of the body. But as you know, food is produced by the leaf of the plant, and these are present on the upward side, and this nutrition movement occur from up to down and other parts of the body, right? So if we make a cut or remove the outer covering of the plant, then the sugar and other molecule will not move downwards, and this upper part of the stem just start storing the food particle, and it will look like this, as this one is not moved downward. Okay, so if we remove the bark or outer covering of the stem, it may become swollen just like this, swollen just like this, right? After a few weeks, because sugar and other organic material will not move downward, and it will also prove that this phloem is present on the outer side, while xylem is present on the inside of the tissue or stem, right? Okay, so correct answer would be choice number 3. Next, which of the following statement is incorrect? We have to analyze the incorrect statement. Vessels are long, cylindrical, tube-like structure. Yes, these are long cylindrical tube-like structure. Vessels contain protoplast. Vessel doesn't contain protoplast, right? Vessels doesn't contain protoplast. Gymnosperm lack or doesn't have vessel in their xylem. Yes, gymnosperm doesn't have. That's why fully developed vascular bundles are the, or presence of vessel is the characteristic feature of angiosperm, right? So this is the correct statement. Gymnosperm doesn't have vessels in their xylem. This is again correct statement, and these vessels are cylindrical in shape or cylindrical in structure, cylindrical tube like structure. This is again shape, and these vessels doesn't contain protoplast, right? Doesn't contain, while it is written over here vessels contain protoplast. So this one is the wrong statement. So correct answer would be choice number 2. Next, at some places, the cambium form a narrow band of parenchyma which pass through the secondary xylem and secondary phloem in radial direction. Okay, which pass through secondary xylem and secondary phloem in radial direction. What is this called? This cambium means it is related to secondary growth. It is related to secondary growth or cambium growth, development of cambium, right? So this is called secondary medullary ray, Casparian strip, pericycle, vascular cambium. This is called Casparian strip, no. Pericycle, no. Vascular cambium, this is related to the movement, while secondary growth or secondary xylem and phloem related radial direction rays like structure is known as secondary medullary ray. Cambium form a narrow band like structure like this. If this is a cell, only narrow band like structure, whole form like this. This is known as secondary medullary ray. Clear? So choice number 1 would be the correct answer. Next, question number 6. Consider the following plant tissue: axillary bud, fasciculate vascular cambium, interfascicular cambium, cork cambium, intercalary meristem. Identify the lateral meristem. We have to identify the lateral meristem. Okay, so lateral meristem means lateral meristem is responsible for the lateral growth. Lateral growth in the sense of formation of cambium, right? So axillary growth, no, this is not related to lateral meristem, apically meristem. Intercalary, in between, right? While these three, fasciculated vascular cambium, intervascular cambium, fascicular vascular cambium, cork cambium. These three are the mainly these three options are related to the lateral meristem because it provide thickening or growth of a plant in the lateral direction. So B, C and D, choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Okay. Now question number 8. Which of the they have given us two different statement number 1 and 2, and in the light of the above statement we have to choose the correct answer. So what is this statement 1? Endarch and exarch, yes, are the terms often used for describing the position of secondary xylem in the plant body. Endarch and exarch. Are these terms are used to describe the position of secondary xylem in the plant body or primary xylem? First, you tell me this thing. Then they have given next statement, exarch conditions is the most common feature of root system. So just take 5-second time, then we will discuss the correct answer. Okay, so in the when we have discussed theory of this particular chapter, I have give you a clue, Rx. Rx, R for root, X means exarch. So exarch condition is a common feature of root in which protoxylem is present on the outer side, exit side, and metaxylem towards the inside position, right? So exarch condition is a common feature of root system. This is the correct statement. While endarch and exarch are the term used to describe the position of primary xylem, protoxylem and metaxylem, not the position of secondary xylem. So according to this, statement 1 is wrong while statement 2 is correct. So statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Choice number 3 would be the correct answer. Okay, clear? Now let's discuss next question, that is question number 9. Interfascicular cambium is present between. Interfascicular cambium. For this, you have to recall the diagram. You have to recall the diagram of vascular bundle, different type of vascular bundle, where we have used intrafascicular cambium, interfascicular cambium, fascicular cambium, right? So interfascicular cambium is present between secondary xylem, secondary phloem, primary xylem, primary phloem, pericycle and endodermis, two vascular bundles. Just take 5-second time. After that, we will discuss the correct answer. Okay, so if I just draw a diagram, these are the vascular bundles, for example, conjoint. So if cambium is present over here, what is the right term for the same? Intrafascicular cambium. If cambium is present between the two vascular bundle, we can use the term interfascicular cambium. Okay, and collectively what is the right term? Fascicular cambium, right? So interfascicular cambium, this is interfascicular cambium, right? Interfascicular cambium. So this type of cambium is present between two vascular bundle. Okay, two vascular bundle. So right answer would be the choice number 4. If they asked about intrafascicular cambium, that must be present between xylem and phloem, right? So here choice number 4 would be the correct answer. Now, next question, girdling experiment. Girdling experiment was performed by plant physiologists to identify plant tissue through which water is transported, food is transported. For both water and food transported, osmosis is observed. This is the third type of question related to the phloem, food transported, right? As which shows that phloem is present on the outside and xylem is present on the inside position in a stem, right? So this is related to food is the type of tissue which involve in the food transportation, in which they just cut the outer surface of the plant, and after some week this type of growth they have observed. Food is collected over here. So movement of food from upper side means from leaf, and other parts from leaf, it is not allowed to move on the downside because here they have cut the phloem part. Whatever leaf synthesize starch, they just stored over in this particular area. So swelling occur in that particular, just above the cut, right? So food is transported. Choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Next, matching. Okay, we have to match all the choices given in list 1 and list 2. Cells with active cell division capacity, tissue having all cells similar in function and structure and function, tissue having different type of cells, dead cells with highly thickened wall and narrow lumen. Quickly match all the choices, then after 5 seconds we will discuss the right answer. Okay, cells with active cell division. Active cell division capacity is present in the meristematic tissue, right? So A comes with choice number 2, right? And out of these 4 options, only in choice number 1, A is related to choice number 2. So obviously first choice would be the correct answer. But still, we will discuss all the choices. Tissue having all cells similar in structure and function, simple tissue, right? Having tissue having different type of functions or different type of cells, so vascular bundle here, xylem, phloem, right? Xylem components, phloem components, companion cell, vessel, tracheids, all are there, right? Which involve different kind of functions. Dead cells, sclerates. So A with C, A choice with 2 correct, B choice with 4 correct, C choice with 1 correct, and D choice with 3 correct. So choice number 1, right? Now next question, that is question number 13. Regeneration of damaged growing grass. Damaged growing grass. Following grazing of largely due to regeneration of grazing part. Lateral meristem, apical meristem, intercalary meristem, secondary meristem. We have discussed this point during theory time also. So quickly give me the answer. Regeneration of damaged growing grass following grazing is largely due to lateral meristem. No, this is related to secondary growth. Apical, longitudinal growth, intercalary, right? So intercalary meristem. Next question, root hair develop from the region maturation, elongation, root cap or meristematic activity. As these meristematic activity highly dividing cells, so root hairs develop from the region of meristematic activity, right? Which of the following is made up of dead cells? Xylem parenchyma, collenchyma, phloem or phloem? Dead cells. Xylem parenchyma dead or living? Obviously, these are parenchymatous cells, living. Colon-chymatous, also living. Phloem, also these are having nucleus, right? So living cells, right? So phloem is made up of dead cells. Choice number 3 would be the correct answer. The vascular cambium normally give rise to phloderm, primary phloem, secondary xylem और पेरिडम. vascular cambium means secondary growth की बात हो रही है यहाँ. Cambium means secondary growth, means lateral growth. So vascular cambium normally give rise to secondary xylem, not primary phloem, not phloderm, not it is not related to peridum, secondary xylem. Next, specialized epidermal cells surrounding the guard cells. Specialized epidermal cells surrounding the guard cells are called subsidiary cells, bulliform cells, lenticels, complementary cells. It's a very easy question and it just take 5-second time. Specialized epidermal cell surrounding the guard cell. These are known as subsidiary cells, which help guard cell for its opening and closing. Bulliform cells, presence of bulliform cells, these are the colorless cells and these are the characteristic feature of monocot leaf. Right? Lenticels are a kind of a structure just like stomata, these are present in the stem. Right? So subsidiary cell is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is true in vertical section of dorsiventral leaf? Dorsiventral leaf means dicot leaf whose dorsal side and ventral side are different. Right? So let's read out all 4 choices. Mesophyll is undifferentiated. Mesophyll is differentiated into palisade on one side and spongy parenchyma on the other side. Palisade tissue is present but spongy is absent. Spongy is present but palisade is absent. Dorsiventral. This is the characteristic feature of dicot leaf. Right? So what is the correct answer? Quickly tell me the right answer. Yes. So its mesophyll is differentiate into palisade tissue and spongy tissue. Okay, these are the compact one, longitudinal and compact one. These are oval shape or spherical in nature, right? So 2 type of cell. That's why dorsiventral term is used. Dorsal side structure and ventral side is quite different. So choice number 2 would be the correct answer. Next, isobilateral, which is a characteristic feature of monocot, monocotyledon leaf, exhibit reticulate venation. Mesophyll is differentiate into palisade or spongy parenchyma. Mesophyll is not differentiate into palisade and spongy parenchyma. In grasses, certain adaxial epidermal cell along the vein modify into bolliform cell. Choose the correct answer. It's again related to leaf structure, leaf anatomy of monocot plants. Take 5-second time. Okay, so a reticulate venation is a characteristic feature of dicot root. Oh, sorry, leaf. Right? Isobilateral means parallel venation like this. Right? So, and its mesophyll is not differentiate. That's why isobilateral, both lateral and ventral side are having similar kind of anatomy. So, choice number 3 would be the correct answer. And in grasses which belong to monocot, its upper side or adaxial side having bulliform cells, colorless, big type of cells which help in loose transpiration. Right? lose water loss. How? During unfavorable condition, it helps leaf to get curl, while in favorable condition, get straight away. Right? So choice number C and D means choice number 2 would be the correct answer of this question. Clear? Next question. Transverse section of plant material shows the following anatomy feature. Transverse section of plant material showing the following feature: epidermis, outer side पर, vascular bundle in a ring. Okay. Each vascular bundle is conjoined, open and enlarged protoxylem. With these 3 or 4 characteristic feature, we have to analyze what kind of plant material is this. So quickly take 5 to 10 second time, then we will discuss the right answer. Enlarged. I told you this term Rx. X means exarch, R for root. So in root, exarch position is there. And here they have mentioned endarch, means the type of plant material is shoot. First of all, open means presence of cambium, means they have secondary growth property. So obviously secondary growth property is a feature of dicot. Monocot, there is no secondary growth. So obviously the type of plant material is dicot stem or dicot shoot. Clear? So this is how we can, and conjoint and in a ring structure they are formed, right? So they all are, these feature belong to dicot stem. Next question. Transverse section of a plant part show polyarch. Polyarch, right? Radial and exarch xylem condition with endodermis and pericycle. Please identify the plant part. You just take again 5 to 10 second time, then we will discuss the right answer. Here they have mentioned exarch. So many times I have given you the clue how to analyze exarch position and endarch position. Okay. So exarch means Rx, root for exarch. So obviously the plant material, that material is root first of all. Then polyarch means more than 6 to more than 6 vascular bundles, means 6 to 10. So polyarch, and this is the characteristic feature of monocot. Okay, so monocot root. Stem, there is no stem, whether it is root or plant or root of stem of dicot or monocot. This is root. This the material is root, not shoot. Now in root, what kind of material belong to? Is it monocot or dicot? As these are polyarch and radial in nature, so choice number 1 would be the correct answer, monocot root. Clear? So next question number 22. Initiation of lateral root and vascular cambium during secondary growth takes place in cells of. Initiation of lateral root and vascular cambium. Pericycle, epiblema, cortex, endodermis. Lateral root and vascular cambium. So this is a characteristic feature of pericycle. This is the initiation of lateral root and vascular cambium is the characteristic feature of pericycle. Okay, so choice number 1 would be the correct answer. Question number 23. Large colorless empty cells in the epidermis of grass cells. Grass leaves. Subsidiary cells? No, these are known as bulliform cells, as these are large colorless empty cells, right? Present in the monocot means grass. So these are bulliform cells. In dicot leaf, vascular bundle are surrounded by large thick walled cells. These are pericycle, not conjunctive tissue. Cells of medullary ray that form part of cambium ring, interfascicular cambium. Yes, these are known as interfascicular cambium. And loose parenchyma rupturing the epidermis and form lens-shaped opening in bark. These are known as lenticels. These are not belong to spongy parenchyma, right? Those are lenticels. So what is the correct answer? Choice number C would be the correct answer. Okay, as this medullary ray formation is the characteristic feature of lateral development, right? That form cambium ring, interfascicular cambium ring, which are present in the vascular bundle. In between this, if this is the cross section, this is known as interfascicular cambium ring. Okay, now, okay, so these are the questions related to plant tissue culture chapter. I hope most of the things has been clear now. Keep solving some more questions related to this chapter. If you will find any difficulty, please let me know. Till then, take care, bye bye, and keep learning. Namaskar.